Hello and welcome to Grognard Solo Gaming. I am the Grognard and today we are playing The Bartleby by Man Alone, and his channel will be linked below, as will the game that is available on DriveThruRPG. And to explain the game, I am first going to read the introduction. Welcome to the only solo heist RPG where you play not as a gem-stealing thief, but as the stolen gem itself. You aren't just any ordinary jewel though, you have the Shimmer, an ancient magic belonging to all precious things that are made with craftsmanship and care. You've spent most of your life being passed around from vaults to treasure chests to castles and more, and you have hated every second of it. But it is perhaps the Bartleby that you hate the most. As the very first museum that does not hide its distaste for anything lower than the uppermost class, the Bartleby exists to cater to the whimsies of the ultra-rich patrons. Each installation is a fully immersive world all its own, with priceless artifacts drawn from all over the world, often without permission from the people who made them. You are one such artifact, tucked away in a highly guarded exhibit on the 7th floor. You have spent too long suffering the gawking and guffawing of the pestilent rich, but today is different. Today you break free. Your adventure will begin the moment you are pulled from your prison by a hapless thief, who is now bonded to you through your magic. You will need to imbue them with your awesome power to overcome OASIS, an AI security system that sees not by infrared or heat vision, but by money vision. Having not a penny to their name, your thief was able to steal you without even being detected. But now that you are in their hands, their holdings just went from 0 to $26 million. OASIS has noticed and will stop at nothing to prevent your escape. You will need to use your shimmer powers as well as that of the museum's other captured treasures to make your way out. This might be your last chance to see the world beyond the glass case. Alright, so there is one museum with 7 floors and with a minimum of 3 to 9 exhibits per floor, and 4 encounters per exhibit with a 2 to 15 difficulty per encounter to be overcome with a skill check ranging between 1 and 20. And on a success, the OASIS AI system decreases its sensitivity by 1, and on a failure it increases by 1. Sensitivity starts at different levels on different floors, but on the 7th floor where we begin the game, it is at 5, and it is used to make alarm checks, and that is a simple D12 roll, and if you roll equal or higher, then you are safe. If you roll lower than that, then you have ended up with a panic check. You make an alarm check whenever you enter a new exhibit, when you roll a nat 1 on the D12, when you find an elevator pass, or when you enter an elevator. Skill checks are rolled with a D12, and to that you add a modifier. The D12 represents the effort of the thief, while the modifiers belong to the magical gem. And the modifiers are strength, agility, charisma, willpower, intelligence, and glimmer. And those all start at a value of 8. But when you make a panic check, which is rolled the same way as an ordinary skill check, then you risk losing stats permanently, or rather modifiers, as they are called. So if you fail a strength-based panic check, then your strength will go down by 1, and then you can choose to make one using agility, and if that fails, your agility goes down, and so on. And you can use all 5 stats except glimmer, which is connected to the magical shimmer abilities. But if you go through all your stats and you fail the panic check with each one, then you have been caught and your adventure is over. You begin by creating your gem, as well as the thief who is attempting to steal the gem. The gem that I have, I was going to say that I have rolled up, but you actually draw cards to generate this, so the gem that I have generated by drawing cards is an artistic emerald with freckles forged by a mad wizard from the fires inside an erupting volcano. And the thief that is trying to steal that emerald is Old Spud, and he uses checks to pay for his groceries, and his motivation is that with this gem I can rule the world. And he has a keepsake that is a coin from March 3rd, 1977. And don't worry if you don't remember everything that I said, with all the numbers, with the floors and the skills and the things, because I am going to repeat that as I play. In this session I am going to play through the first floor, well, the beginning floor, which is actually the 7th floor. You're trying to get to the ground floor in order to get out of the Bartleby. And that means I am going to go through a minimum of 3 exhibits, and the way that it works is that you are looking for an ace, and the aces represent key cards to the elevator. So once you have gone through the minimum number of exhibits and you have a key card, then you can leave and move on to the next lower floor. All right, I have a deck of cards and I have a D12. I have a character sheet. Actually, it's called a heist log, and I am ready to jump right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to draw 2 cards to find out the name of the first exhibit. And that is a King of Clubs, which means, okay, this table, it only matters if it's a black or a red card. So the king says the richness of. And the second card is the 7 of Clubs, which is perfume. So the first exhibit is about the richness of perfume. Alright, so then what I am doing is that I'm taking the first exhibit card, the King of Clubs, and I'm making that the first encounter card. And then I draw 3 more cards and I arrange the cards in a square type of pattern, and then I resolve them starting with the lower left corner and going clockwise. So let's find out what the King of Clubs means as an encounter card. Right. It means a famous historical vehicle, car, chariot, boat, etc. Now, that is not very exciting in and of itself, but we are choosing this moment for the OASIS system to come online. OASIS system online. Theft detected. Pursuing intruder now. So now Old Spud has a reason to run, and let's say that this is the stunt bike of Evel Knievel, and Old Spud is now going to jump on it and try to go as fast as he can. And that means I am going to make a skill check, since I drew a king. That's a difficulty of 13, and I am going to use agility in order to go fast. Old Spud wants to go fast, and he rolls an 11. So that was no problem for Old Spud. He jumps on the bike, he pushes the gas, and he goes really, really fast. The intruder has acquired a vehicle. Stop the intruder. The intruder must not leave this floor. Alright, so I am flipping over the next card to see where Old Spud finds himself as he's going fast on Evel Knievel's stunt bike. The next card is a 9 of diamonds, and that means it is a piece of the exhibit that is alive. Yeah, I forgot to write down that this was supposed to be about the richness of perfume. I guess Evel Knievel has nothing to do with that. Or maybe he does, who knows. Well, I'm just gonna keep on going. So now I am going to turn to the Universal Oracle that is in this game, and I am going to draw a card, and I'm going to get some sort of a prompt for what it is that is alive. And now if I draw an ace, then that means that I have found a key card. Drawing a card. A 7 of diamonds. Okay, thunder, storm, lightning, vengeance, overwhelming power, strife. So the first word is something concrete. The following that are related words, and then the final one are abstract words. So let us see. Something that has to do with the richness of perfume. Thunder has a particular smell, doesn't it? And the way I think of and interpret the Bartleby, there are few limits to what they can acquire and store. So I was going to say Evel Knievel. No, Old Spud enters this part of the richness of perfume, and he finds thunder clouds and thunderstorms in glass jars kept together with magic, and there is this kind of ozone smell in the air. So let's see. So he has no reason to stop going fast. He's just gonna try to maneuver around these storms in jars, and if he is successful, then he doesn't crash into the bottles, and it means that he clears this part of the exhibit. But if he crashes into one, well, then he's going to get zapped by lightning. So let's see how he does. The difficulty was the 9 of diamonds, and he rolled a 6, so he is quite all right. I would call that agility again, and it turns out that Old Spud is quite good at driving a motorcycle, so let's go. And 2 successes so far actually means that the OASIS sensitivity has gone down by 2, and it started at 5, so that means it is down to a 3. That is going to reset when or if Old Spud reaches the next floor, however. But let's keep going. I am flipping the next card. That is a 9 of spades. Let us see. Notification that the hum-hum is out of order. So the hum-hum would be the sensor for the automatical doors that Old Spud is heading for at a breakneck pace. So let's see if he can hit the brakes and get off the bike, or if he is going to crash into the doors that will not open. I am going to say this is perhaps not agility again. Then again, let's see. Intelligence. I'm going to use intelligence. He rolls a 7. He totally hits the brake in time and jumps off the bike and runs off to try to find an alternative route out of this part of the exhibit of the richness of perfume. Intruder on the 7th floor. Intruder on the 7th floor. Unable to gather data. Intruder on the 7th floor. Alright, so Old Spud runs on foot into the next encounter in this exhibit, and that would be a 10 of diamonds. Natural obstacle is part of exhibit. Well, let's just find out more using the Universal Oracle. I am drawing a card, and that would be the 5 of diamonds, and that is I. blink, lash, vision, or evidence, opinion, truth. Well, I am going to say that there is a special smelly type of beholder that lives in swamps, and it is hunted and squeezed in order to extract something for very expensive perfume. So there is a big plastic beholder in a swamp that has been a little too realistically composed. So Old Spud has to wade through this. Well, it's not even a fake swamp. It's a small actual swamp that is part of this exhibit. So let's see. Wading. I feel like I fall back on agility a lot. Let's use strength. It's really tiresome to wade through the swamp. And he rolls a 9, and well, he just needed a 10. So that went well for Old Spud as well. OASIS, the Oversensitive Artificial Security Intelligence System, provides a novel algorithmic monitoring system that not only offers 24/7 protection of museum property, but also of the museum's patrons. Alright, so this means that Old Spud has officially made it into the next exhibit, and I am going to draw 2 cards to find out the exhibit name, and the first one is the King of Spades. Oh, that would be the Richness of, yet again. And then the second card, the 2 of Hearts. And that would be Extraordinary Pets, the Richness of Extraordinary Pets. Well, that sounds a little more exciting than perfumes. Then again, perfumes were kind of exciting as well. So let's go. So then I have arranged another 4 cards in a square, and the King of Spades became the first encounter card in this exhibit, the Richness of Extraordinary Pets. So let us see what that is. That is a museum curiosity, and the king is an artifact. Choose a shimmer power card. So then I will draw a card and see what I get. And I drew the 7 of clubs, which would mean coiling vines. Interesting. Right, so entering a new exhibit, I have to make a alarm check. But since Old Spud has been very successful so far, the sensitivity level is down to a 1. So let's see how that goes. Rolling a d12, and that is a 3. So he does not need to make a panic check at this point. Right. And then I marked the coiling vines on the heist log sheet of paper, and then I checked the description, and it says that coiling vines wraps any biological creature in vines. So that means Old Spud moves along through the exhibit of the Richness of Extraordinary Pets. And I'm flipping over the next card, which is a 4 of Hearts. And that means a sticky trap. Oh no. Intruder detected on floor 7. Intruder detected in the Richness of Extraordinary Pets exhibition. Deploying glue bombs. Alright, Old Spud dodging glue bombs. Let's see. Oh, that was a 12. That was not a problem for Old Spud. So let's just keep going into the next exhibit. No, not next exhibit, but next encounter of the Richness of Extraordinary Pets exhibit. That's what I should have said. Let's see. 3 of hearts. Perimeter scan. Oh no. Initiating perimeter scan on floor 7. Alright, so old Spud is going to use his intelligence to look for something that he can use in order to hide from the perimeter scan. Let's see. He rolled a 10, so that would mean, let's see what that might be then. So I am, he succeeded on the skill check, and now I am drawing a card for the Universal Oracle to see what he can find to use as cover from the perimeter check. A 6 of spades, that would be water, pool, drinking, boat, anxiety, sacred. Well, let's not go any further than a pool. Probably being a thief, old Spud knows that the perimeter scan cannot break through water, so if he submerges himself, then he is going to be all right. So he does just that. He dives into the pool. That is... oh, wait. Since the richness of extraordinary pets, maybe the pool contains some sort of an animal, probably, right? So let's draw another card and see. 8 of hearts. Owl. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna... The very famous water owls of some weird planet somewhere are famous pets for the people who live there. So underwater owl, it doesn't sound like it's a dangerous creature, but old Spud is certainly very surprised to see underwater owls swimming around in this pool that he has thrown himself into. But he gets away with only being shocked by the owls because the perimeter scan misses him, and that means he can move on, dripping wet, into the final encounter of this exhibit, and that is the 10 of spades. So let's check that out. That would actually be yet another artifact. So I will draw a Shimmer Power card. Let's see what I get. I get the 2 of clubs, and the 2 of clubs is Broken Arrow. Isn't that an old movie, Broken Arrow? About lost nuclear... Never mind, I don't think this is a nuclear weapon. I think this is something more magical. Let us see. Shimmer Powers, 2 of clubs. Broken Arrow. Breaks any projectile currently in flight. Maybe including a nuke. Who knows? Well, I'm just going to mark that old Spud, well, actually not old Spud, actually the gem, the emerald, forged by a mad wizard in a volcano. The gem now has the power of Broken Arrow. That means I didn't really have to roll anything. I simply acquired another Shimmer Power, and that means I go into the next exhibit. And going into a new exhibit, I have to make an alarm check. The sensitivity is still at a 1. Yeah, so that means I rolled a 5, so that means old Spud and the emerald, they are fine. And then I am going to find out what this next exhibit is named. And the first card is a red 2. A meditation on, and the second one is red 7. So a meditation on a meditation on private jets. That sounds absolutely fitting for the Bartleby. So this would be the last required exhibit for floor number 7. So as soon after this one, as soon as I find a key card, I can go down via the elevator to the 6th floor, and that will mean that this session is over. But I have yet to see a single ace, so let's just keep going. The red 2 was the red of diamonds, was the 2 of diamonds, so turning that into the first encounter card lets me know that it is an exhibit obstacle. Making too much noise. Oh no, old Spud, you have to be quiet. Noise detected. Noise detected. Noise detected on the 7th floor. Noise detected in the Meditation on Private Jets exhibition. Well, I mean, a place like the Bartleby, naturally they would have a fully fueled, they would have several fully fueled jets standing around in the Meditation on Private Jets section. So old Spud is going to run into one of the fueled, ready to start jets standing around, and he is gonna try to get it started, and he's gonna try to just ram his way to the next encounter, going fast. It seems to be his hidden dream to go fast. Whenever old Spud can go fast, he goes fast. Let's see. Ooh, he rolled a 2, but yeah, there was a low difficulty on this one, so that was fine. Old Spud, he knows how to start a jet. Old Spud, he knows how to drive a jet, as long as it's on the ground, and it's on the ground. So onward, old Spud and Green Emerald, into the next encounter, which is the 5 of Spades. So let's check that out. It is a museum curiosity, and here on the floor a patron left a ... So then we are turning to the handy dandy Universal Oracle, and we're drawing a card to see 4 of Diamonds. Jester. Joker, laughter, court. Dreams, frivolous, clever. Well, I mean, it would have to be something that can stop a jet, but at the same time, it was something fairly small, right? Left something on the... Oh, it's this patron's pet. It's a demonic-looking chihuahua, and since old Spud is a thief with a heart of gold, he is not about to hurt an animal, so he has to step on the brakes, or whatever the private jet version of a brake is, because he cannot hurt the chihuahua. So let's see how that goes for him. I'm going to say that is intelligence again, and oh, another nat 12. Old Spud is both skilled and lucky. He totally stops the private jet before he runs over the demonic chihuahua, and then he rushes out of the plane and looks for somewhere to go to hide from the OASIS. Intruder signature lost. Intruder signature lost. Moving on to the 3rd encounter card for this exhibition, and that is a 3 of Spades. That will be another museum curiosity. Short video on the subject of how to make private jets made of solid gold actually fly. And the problem is that is one of those monitors that just start playing when someone gets near. So old Spud is trying to keep a low profile, and then he gets into the sensor's range, and it starts telling him about the wonders of flying golden planes. So let's see what he can do about that. He is going to have to use his, well, let's say intelligence. Can he spot the wire or something that he can cut to make the monitor shut up about the flying golden planes? And oh no, that was a failure. He rolled a nat 1. All right. That means the sensitivity goes up by 1, and I have to make an alarm check. And that was a 9, so the alarm check was a success, which means he did not manage to find a way to turn the monitor off, but he did avoid having to make a panic check. Motion detected in Meditation on Private Jets exhibition. Motion detected. All right, so that means Old Spud can move along into the fourth and final encounter of this exhibit, and that would be the 6 of Hearts. Bola Trap. Oh no. All right. Well, I'm going to say that that is going to be agility, and he oh wait, is that an arrow? What did it say? Did it say any projectile breaks any projectile currently in flight? Yeah, bolas are can't really break a bola. They're like made of rope and yeah. No, let's just go with the good old agility dodge. And that's a 10, so Old Spud, he hits the floor like a pro, and he rolls off into the next exhibit. And you can have as many exhibits as you need. He's still looking for keycard. I am pretty sure I have drawn half the deck, but I still haven't seen a single ace. And also, if you draw an ace and it's the card is not for an oracle, then you simply shuffle it back into the deck that you're drawing from. So that's how that is handled. All right, naming the next exhibition, Red King, Nature Collides with Black 8. Nature collides with wine. All right, wonderful. And the Red King was the King of Hearts, and that becomes the first encounter card. So, Minotaur Drone released. Is Minotaur Drone released? I mean, I have no idea if is that a. I'm just gonna say that it's an actual Minotaur riding a drone. Like, yeah, here we go. Intruder detected. Releasing Minotaur drones. All right, I feel like Old Spud, he needs something here. He's gonna look around for something to help him handle these Minotaur drones. Sounds brutal. Oh, and that would be actually an ace. So then he has a key card. Yeah, he has a key card. And then I'm drawing again, seeing what he can find. And he can find the 6 of clubs. And that is night, evening, dark, moon, hidden, confusion, tranquility. All right. So let's see. Yeah, so now he manages to identify where all the lights in this area are connected to a wall socket. So he is going to try to yank it out and have this area fall into darkness. And then hopefully the Minotaurs are going to fall off their drones. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to say it is... Let's say it's strength. Let's say the wall socket is really, really hard to get loose. And that is a 4 plus 3. No, he fails. Did I make an alarm check coming into this new exhibit? I'm just gonna make an alarm check now. I can't remember. And that's an 8, so that would have been a success. and then he failed, so now the sensitivity goes up by 1 because he failed. So he does not manage to turn off the lights, and the Minotaurs, they jump off their drones and they start chasing him. Poor old Spud, he was doing so well. Let's have him move into the next encounter, which is the 8 of diamonds. That's an exhibit obstacle, and object so bright it's blinding. Alright, so probably some sort of super deluxe crystal glasses that are good for the wine that clashes with nature. So maybe it's China and the Minotaurs are like bulls in a China store. What do I know? Well, I guess China isn't shiny, so let's go with deluxe crystal wine glasses. And old Spud is going to have to use his agility in order to not crash into the glasses and cut himself while trying to still escape the Minotaurs. Agility roll, that was a 9, so no problem. But oh wait, he has the key card. Does that mean that does he have to finish the exhibit he is in? I have to consult the rules. I will be right back. As soon as you have cleared the required number of exhibitions, you are free to move to the elevator. So that means old Spud can run towards the elevator now, key card in hand, trying as best as he can to avoid the drone riding Minotaurs that work as security at the Bartleby. I am not sure if I made an alarm check when I found the key card. I was supposed to, so I'm going to do that now. That's a 7, so that was all right. And then I also have to make an alarm check as I ride the elevator to the next floor, and that was a 6, so that was also all right. So that means old Spud has been successful so far. And that was as much of the adventures of old Spud and the Emerald as I was going to play for this session. For anyone who is interested, the link to the game on DriveThruRPG will be below. I had a lot of fun playing this. I feel the humor is sort of like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't know if I interpreted everything correctly. Maybe I went overboard with just how spaced out the Bartleby is supposed to be. I don't know. But then again, when you are solo gaming, you can't really go wrong. So I would definitely recommend this game to anyone who just wants to have a fun and easy to get started gaming session. Well, several, if you're gonna go through the whole museum. I don't think you can even really do that in one session. So there is definitely a lot to be had from this game, more so than what I could show in a single session. So a big thank you to Man Alone for creating the Bartleby and sharing it with the rest of us. And a big thank you to you for watching the video. If you like what I do on this channel, please go ahead and subscribe, maybe leave a comment, you know, all the usual YouTube stuff, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.